young adults on tomorrow night. Israel were called the people of God simply because God chose her and called her out. She was to be known as the N.L.P.C.I.F, the called out. She was to be a separated people. She was to be a people who were peculiar, people who were different, living among people who would not regard her, but at the same time would envy her, simply because she could just open her mouth and cry unto somebody that they could not see, and things would get done. You remember we used to live in an age like that. We used to fall on our knees and we used to cry to God and He would perform miracles. In the 21st century though, we pull out green plastic cards and we pull out red plastic cards and we pull out black plastic cards called credit cards. So what we used to pray for, we're now able to pay for. So it doesn't take much faith in God to perform the impossible, because now most of the impossible have become possible, so we now have little need for God in the world. The only people who still have need of God are the people who are known as people in the way. Just a small group of people who says, I don't care what Jonathan is doing, I don't care what Akeem is doing, I was brought up this way, and this is the only way that I know is it's black and white, it's up and down, it's right or wrong, there's no gray area. God is still requiring that I live right, even if my neighbors around me is not living right. That's the kind of people that Israel were. Then the Holy God spoke unto the leaders in Israel and said to them, I want you to call a holy convocation. After I bring Israel from the land of Egypt and she becomes scattered abroad, I want once a year you to bring them to a holy feast. And you are to have this feast for 7 days. It is to be a festival unto you. It is to be a Passover to you. It is to be a great jubilation when every family come together for one purpose, and that's to remember that the mercy of the Lord brought us from the land of Egypt, and we came together simply to tell Him thank you. It was the awesome vision of the visionary to keep the children of Israel together. So once a year, whatever you have been doing, Reverend Judah among Israel, I want you to be the people that will give me praise. Judah would praise God for a while, but Judah liked the looks of strange women. Judah would praise God, but it seemed like the skirts that were in Israel were more shapely than the skirts that was within the house. So Judah began to whore and left God. And then God called the enemy to grab her and to bring her into captivity. When she got in captivity and sat upon the hill and looked over the valley into Jerusalem and how beautiful the mountains were, she remembered her melodious songs that she would sing as she worshiped God. And while thinking upon his goodness, somebody came behind her and said, why don't you sing one of those songs of Zion that you used to sing? And then she said to him, how can I sing the Lord's song while living in a strange land? And then God came and gave favor to her and brought her once again out of bondage.